Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Society of Bosses. Tonight, I'm just like too thrilled to bring this guest on. She is definitely have been a huge inspiration to me. I've watched her over the years, be a parent, be a wife. And I've also been watching her on her entrepreneur journey, and I'm just amazed. She's so dope. So I just wanted to say before I begin anything, at first, is that, please take some time, go over to Society of Bosses on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Instagram. We're on all social media outlets. Please go follow us, go like us, go share us out, especially to your friends who are entrepreneurs, especially to the friends who are prospect in entrepreneurship, and they're looking for that little push to get them started. So this is the place for them to be. This is the place for them to get real life case studies to help them, be their best self, be their highest self, connect with their highest self. Okay, so without further ado, I bring you Pure Moves S. Dawn Olatokun, a beautiful woman coming to us today to talk all about entrepreneurship and authenticity. So let's bring her up to the stage. There she is. Hi, Dawn.
Oh, thank you for this opportunity.
Absolutely. I couldn't have a podcast without you, being on here. You are an amazing woman, very inspiring, always been, and you have always been very authentic. And I really like that about you. That always stood out to me about you. So how's your night going so far?
Night is going okay. I just wrapped up one of my sessions. I'm having a Women's Month celebration series every Tuesday from 7 to 7:30. I am pouring into Women's Month. It's all about us this month. It's about us every day, but especially for the month of March.
That's
So
awesome. So you definitely, before you leave tonight, you definitely have to share a little more information with the audience so that they can go to your platform, follow you, register for your events that you're holding every Tuesday. But wait,
absolutely.
let's check out her sweater. I don't know if you guys see her sweater. It says Trauma Tried It at the bottom. So tell us a little bit more about this. Is her clothing line. Tell us a little bit more about this as well.
So I am the founder of
Okay.
Pure Moves. Pure Moves is a organization that is catered to teen girls and women who have experienced various types of trauma. I specialize in building resilience.
Mm.
We've all experienced some type of trauma, whether it was small, whether it was large. We've all experienced trauma. What is our response to it? Do we die or do we live? What do we do with what we have experienced? So that's where the clothing line came from. Trauma tried me several times, but I'm still here. Pure Moves wouldn't be here if I didn't experience the trauma that I experienced.
Yeah, that's dope. I noticed that trauma actually produces growth.
It does.
And sometimes you just don't know where you would have been if you wouldn't have been without that trauma, you know? So
That is
sometimes you got to be grateful. I know this might sound crazy to some people, but in order to help other people, sometimes it's like, dang, I gotta be grateful for what I went through. And that might be deep on a whole nother level, but
mhm.
you know. So yeah, so you just told us a little bit about you. So I just wanted to know, like, can you tell me like how and tell us like how do you do it every day? You're a wife, you're a mom, you're an entrepreneur. Um, how do you do it? Like how do you get up? How do you do it? How do you make things happen every day?
um, I honestly, women, we just do, and we never think about what it takes for it to get done. We just do it. So I honestly, um, prayer, drawing on the strength of my husband, the support of my family, is how I do it. Thinking about the need that I have to fulfill as a wife and having a business and having children. Um, but also in that I've I've learned how to pour back into me so that I can have me to give. If I'm empty,
Yeah.
anybody get nothing. It's over. It's done.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's like we definitely have to be okay to give
Hmm.
somebody a little bit of the O or the K.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So can you tell us like how did Pure Moves come about?
Whoo! I'm going to I'm going to try to keep this as short and sweet as I can. I have a son. Well, we have a son, but the sake of the story, I have to tell it this way. So I have a son. He's 18 years old at the time. Um, he was 2 years old. I separated from his dad. Um, his father didn't like that too much, and a man scorn is worse than a woman scorn. Let's just be real about it. Um, they can't take what they give, and we know that it's no secret.
Right.
So things weren't working out. So we parted ways. I left. Let's be clear. Like I never went back. I never gave false hopes or anything. I left, and that was it. That was in 2002. We separated, and I started to date someone else, and he didn't like that. And then he started to date someone else. And um, long story short,
Mm-hmm.
he called ACS and called in a false ACS report that had my son removed out of my care for 7 years. And this was when the ACS cases were being, there were a lot of cases that were being called in for ACS, foster care cases, like the kids weren't being fed, they weren't being bathed, and so on and so forth. So every single case that they had, it was the fine tooth combing of it.
Right.
So I was I never received a report stating exactly what was founded, but I was told that something was founded, and I was charged with child abuse, child endangerment, child neglect, and I was going to jail.
What?
They were going to take me, a whole me, to Rikers Island. Like I was being charged, like that was it. And so we was in court that day. I was released, and then I had to pay a fine. I paid the fine, and then after that, the case was put in criminal court. So I still had the open ACS case, and then I was in criminal court just to speed it up a little bit.
I'm
Even,
sorry, Dawn. This is deep.
yeah, I just belched. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Even 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 after the first case that he opened, he called and opened two more, and they came back unfounded. I mean, I had a restraining order, couldn't see him. I could speak to him for maybe two times out the week for maybe 10 minutes. I could email him cards and stuff. I remember emailing him a card for like Valentine's Day or something like that. Um, and just time passed, and I was able to see him on Saturdays. No, every other Saturday. So 2 Saturdays out of the month for maybe 4 hours I had to spend with him. And just to backtrack, visits started out supervised. I was stripped of everything, everything. And I never received documentation as to why. What did you see? What did you find? My son's uh, lawyer, the judge hated me straight out the gate. Like they, no kind of remorse, nothing. And it's just like, you guys don't even know me. You know nothing about my character. They didn't ask me for character references. I'm in church. I'm just trying to live right. But because he was upset about me leaving, this is what he did. And time went on, and just to fast forward, I put in an appeal to have that case thrown out. I received a letter in the mail stating that the case was founded, and that's it. Like they gave me a laundry list of things I couldn't do. I couldn't work with kids. I couldn't I I couldn't work with kids. I couldn't be like in a certain mile radius of my son, and so on and so forth. It was just like a laundry list of like crazy stuff. And then I received a letter the following week saying that they are open and willing to sit down with me and hear my side of the case. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, first it was no, and now it was yes. And I'm like, okay. So it was a Thursday, and I'm at work, and my phone rings. It's the judge that's over my case. The judge calls me and tells me, Miss Miss Chandler, that was my maiden name back in the day. Your case has come back unfounded. So it's no need like for you to come in and bring your references and bring all of this stuff. And I'm like, sis, I'm like, what? I was like, what's your name? Furlough was her last name. I remember Judge Furlough was her name. And I was like, unfounded, but all this time, 7 years. I've been waiting to hear this for 7 years, and it's unfounded, like out of nowhere. Like, so what's really happening? Like, what's happening? But God, that is the truth. So all of that happened, and then when I was younger, I went through. I survived sexual abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse. So this is why Pure Moves is here. Is to help women overcome traumatic experiences and see that it's still life after what you have experienced. You are not what you have experienced.
Wow. 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 It's like the purest you. Like everything you've done, I've been pure about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. But you see how God do though? It's like unfounded. Wow. So okay. So now I understand where the name come from. Dang, Don, that just took that's I don't know about you guys. I mean, I can tell by the comments too. Everyone's saying powerful, resilient. Yes.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you.
So you definitely want to join a Women's Month every Tuesday because you see that's a powerful story. So if she's this strong and she has this strength, You can only imagine what her company has to bring to everyone. This ain't touchy. Wow. So you didn't know you were going to go through that in life, right? But, when you were younger and you thought about, what you were going to do in life, did you ever see yourself, becoming an entrepreneur?
No, I wanted to go into criminal justice to work with juveniles in the court system. That's what I
Isn't that something?
Isn't that something? That's what I wanted to do. I've always had a soft spot for the youth that people overlook or cast aside. I still do. I still mentor them. I still reach out. They still call and so on and so forth. I just can't escape them. It's like they find me. So I'm available. I just make myself available. But
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do. Criminal justice for youth.
Wow. So, what other attributes you would say, put you on this path? Now, I know we know about, your story, but was there any attributes like, as far as like public speaking and
Oh, oof. Public speaking, I dreaded it. I dreaded public speaking. Attributes that got me here.
but we know for a fact it was definitely authenticity because I seen that through you.
Hmm.
So, can you talk a little bit about, how you were able to always be your authentic self? Or was there a point in your life that you feel like you were lost and you didn't know who your authentic self was?
Yes, absolutely. There was a point in time when I didn't know. And I found myself in the shadows of people. And I was comfortable hiding in the shadows of people because people wouldn't see my brokenness. They wouldn't see how insecure I really was. So being in their shadows, I was safe because I would just do as they did. So it was like I didn't have a spotlight. But I don't even know when it happened. When I broke out of that phase, that shell of not wanting to be my authentic self. Um, but I do have to say that being your authentic self comes with you loving yourself and who you are and what you have to offer. So when I really started to love me and appreciate me and who I was, like it was just like, okay, I'm kind of dope.
Right.
And I would like, and then ever since then, I never, I never wanted to look like people. I always wanted to like stand out and do my own thing. I don't really shop in stores because I don't want to walk down the street and see me wearing something someone else did. And even if I did, I buy it, I'm bleaching it, I'm distressing, I'm putting patches, I'm making it me because it's only it's only on me.
Yeah.
And I've just grown to be comfortable in that fact and just embrace it. And and also with loving me, I became more confident. I found my voice. So now I'm able to stand before people and share and talk and share parts of me that used to make me cry or used to make me cringe or used to make me feel nasty and dirty. Now I'm able to share these parts and pieces of me because I embraced who I am. And I think I'm all right. So
Yeah.
I'm saying I love me.
That's right. So in entrepreneurship, how do you see that, you have to be authentic in yourself, authentic, excuse me, in yourself in order to shine out from everyone else.
I believe that everyone has an audience. Everyone has a population of people that they're called to. And your population of people will not know who you are if you are not yourself.
Mm.
They will only identify with what they're able to identify with.
Hmm.
So so if you see me and I'm vibrant, like I like colors, and so let's just say if I'm dressed in all black all the time, people really they'll be like, "Oh, she's she's dull," or it's it's no umph, it's no spark.
Right.
Like you have to be you to attract your audience. And what I had to learn that was scary was you may not have hundreds of thousands of people following you. That's not your population. And
Right.
that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. For me, as long as I am touching the lives that I've been called to, I'm fulfilled and I'm good. I'm not chasing after popularity, stardom, names and lights. Those who I am called to, drawn to, I'm good with that.
I like that because sometimes, you have new entrepreneurs that would, get into entrepreneurship and say, hey, this is something that I want to get into. This is something that I want to do. I'm not too sure whether they feel called to do it or not, but when they are in it, sometimes they quit. And they quit because they realize they look on Instagram and they start to kill themselves by comparing, and comparison is the death of all things. So they begin to compare. This person has 100,000 followers. This person has 50,000 followers, and I have 200, 100. I think I personally have less than 100 on Society of Bosses, but it's like you just said, you have to be okay with, knowing that you are called to touch these amount of people. And it might be you are called to touch these amount of people for this point of time.
Yes,
You know, these people
absolutely.
needs to hear this message at this point of time. And then, you know, I believe it's in the Bible too. I don't know what scripture. I'm not that good with that. I'm a spiritual person, so I'm all over the place. But I know about anything that God gives you, you are the steward of. Like you do not own it at all. So whether that's the money you have in your pocket, if your audience that that you're working with, you are the steward of that. So you have to actually show and prove that you have the decency, the responsibility to handle what you have been given.
Hmm.
So you hit it right on the nail when you said that, because a lot of people have stopped or judged other people based on their following, you know?
And also when you see these people, it's my statement is kind of like twofold. When you see these people and they have these hundreds and thousands of followings, are you willing to put in the effort that they did to get that?
Yeah.
Like some people really like they they was on a grind hard.
Working hard.
Are you willing to do that? So you can't ask for what you see if you have no idea of the backstory.
That's
And
right.
and also you can see the hundreds of thousands of followers, but it's probably only two on there that's really active. Because at this point, people are like buying viewers and it's no real following. It's
Yeah,
just
very true.
so you have to just stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane to be patient and work. Do
Be
the
patient. Work. So with that being said, have you ever felt like quitting?
Oh, absolutely.
I love this question. Yeah.
Um, with the shirts, like I honestly, I'm from the Bronx, born and raised. I love hip hop. I love acid wash. I love 80s and 90s. I love 80s. That's just me. So
Okay.
if I can splash some paint and some bleach, I'm good. That's why all my thing you see is distressed and it's because I love it. So when I started the shirts, it wasn't something that I was expecting people to even like that. I'm like, yo, this is this is kind of tough.
Right.
And I just put it out there, and then I'm getting these orders, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I have to keep doing this. And I was like, do I even want to do this? Would I rather do this for fun, for my close family and friends, and they just let me like rock out and be like, here's my jeans and my jacket, go to work. But that's not what I was getting. I was getting more so of the inboxes with certain requests and certain things. And I'm just like, this is not allowing me to flow the way I want to. So then I really had to question, like, do I want to continue doing it? And then I stopped for a little while. And then people started with more orders, and I'm like, all right, God, I got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. So now I'm in a shop that's taking place this month, and I bleach shirts and stuff. They hanging, they drying, and whatever. All of my work is done in the house by hand, vinyl distressing. So my house is just like a workshop right now.
And
But
it was a birthday party, right? Didn't someone have a party with all of your clothes?
officially dope, yeah. They had the theme, and everybody's shirt was different, the different colors, the it was really, I was like, somebody thought about somebody. I was like, what? You want a what? It was like, I want officially dope party. And it was so cute. Even it was a dog that had on a sweatshirt that was officially dope. It was so cute. My first dog client, but it was cool. And Pure Moves, I never wanted to stop ever. I never wanted to stop that.
Yeah.
Janelle.
That's, yeah, she says, please share your website for your clothing line. No,
Okay.
we definitely we're gonna show every and share everything. So, how do you define success?
Wait. How do I define success? Okay, I can say that I would define success based off of your happiness.
Mm,
If you are happy, if you are content, if you know all of what you've put into what it is you've been called to, and you know that you did good, I think that that's a success.
mm,
Think that's success. It's not based off of society's standards and what they have to say about it. It's all about what are your standards for it, and if it meets that standard, then it's a success.
mm.
That's what I see.
And what motivates you to keep going, to, you know, keep pure moves alive, to get up every day?
What motivates me is thinking about the the young girls and women that needs to hear that it's life after the experience. Even if I reached one person every day, letting them know that you are still of value, you're still loved, you're still worthy of life, and good things and opportunities and so on and so forth. That's what keeps me going. There are days when I get really not down, but it's kind of like I get anxious because I see the vision and it's so much more that I have to do. And it's just like, okay, COVID, you suck because I'm not a virtual person. I'm touchy. I want conferences, sips and paints, picnics, dinner parties, formal banquets. I want this stuff. I'm a personable person. So now I have to be accustomed to Zooms and so on and so forth. And it's hard. I think it's harder when you're a personable person. It's harder to reach people virtually because you're really not used to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm that person too. I'm like, yeah, like how do we take this to the next level? I wanted to do a vision board party, and this was like May of last year, when all of this, right when this stuff was popping off. And people were like, maybe you should think about like how you're going to do it. And I'm like, this sucks.
It really does.
Like, you want me to have a DJ on Zoom? Like,
What is that?
right. It's a whole new world now.
Yeah.
But, you know, hopefully we get back to where we used to be pretty soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, before you go, I have two last questions for you. And this one, well, this is more of an advice. Can you give any advice to a new entrepreneur who's looking to, you know, get motivated or looking to, start what they've been, focusing their mind on, and they need advice to basically to let them know to keep going? Do you have any advice for that person?
I don't want to sound like my husband. Um, live what you love. Just
I guess that's
um,
book promotion too.
yeah. I mean, that's a little plug. That's a little plug it in. But also something that I'm realizing with Pure Moves now is I know what Pure Moves is. I know what it will be. It is, I have the papers, it's incorporated, and so on and so forth. But having a visual that you can wake up and see every day, mission statement, vision statement, something that you can see that will keep you motivated about your vision every single day. I would say that. I would say change your circle. If people are like, if people can be a drag, people have so much to say about something that that someone else is doing when they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
So if you have those people and the down was like, oh, I don't think that'll work. Maybe that's not the type of crowd that you need to have around you while you're building. And just period. Like, who wants to hear that? You need constant encouragement.
Yes.
Constant, because it's so easy to be persuaded to work a 9 to 5, not to pursue what you want. Like starting a business, even like after COVID, like I started Pure Move. I didn't even know COVID was about to happen. I started Pure Moves in December. I resigned from my job December 19th of 2019.
Mm.
It happened the following. I had no idea. I had my conference and all of that stuff launched. I had the Wedding had to be postponed. Everything was just crazy. So I would say to have the visual, surround yourself with positive influences, and and to remember that feeling that you had the first time you thought about it, like that feeling, like that leap, that excitement, like, oh, this is it. This is what I'm gonna do. Hold that.
Mm,
That'll keep you going.
that keep you going. Now, how can everyone go and get some of your clothing, because they're definitely asking about it. They're asking for websites. How can they register for your Women's Month every Tuesday events? And how can they stay connected to you? How can they stay connected to Pure Moves? Where can they find you? And if Jaya Williams is still on, can you please write all of this down so we could post it in the comments? Thank you.
Okay, so now y'all heard me say, right, that I almost stopped these shirts. So what had happened was I didn't create a website because I didn't know it was gonna take off like this, but I do have a link.
Okay.
I have a link, and something that I've been telling people to do is go to my Instagram page, and all of my work is on my Instagram page, and the link is there also.
Okay.
And I want to go to it now. Yes. So my Instagram
There we
uh,
go.
page name
Mm-hmm.
is DAWNCreations 2020. And the link is Linktree, linktr.ee/Dawn Creations 2020.
You guys got that? Jaya Williams, if you're still on there, I'm relying on you to write that in the comments so I can be able to post that on the screen.
And and in that link, it's no pictures in the link, but you can go on the site and see the trauma tried it. It asked you if you want a neckline, a no neckline. It's all there, and you can email me if you would like,
Okay,
because
so
some people are like, look, I'm gonna email you and I'm gonna just cash app you because that link, I get it. I hate the link. I am currently in the process of putting all of my stuff on the website. So if you would rather just like, hey, I'd want the trauma tried it, purple, distressed, so on and so forth. I get it. I understand it. I, I hate the link. I hate it.
so drop the email, Dawn.
Yes, the email is Dawn. I have so many emails, Jesus. Dawn Creations 2020 at gmail.com.
Okay. Now, how can they register? Or it's not too late, right? To register
No.
for okay. And how can they register for your next event on a Tuesday for Women's Month?
Okay. So as you can see, I don't trust my, what time is it?
You can tell she's very busy, guys, right?
That's my bedtime. My bedtime is 9 o'clock easy. So I'm gonna go to the flyer. I don't trust myself. I don't trust myself.
Thank you, Janelle. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Dawn Creations 2020.
Yes. Thank you.
And thank you, Jaya. email dancreation2020@gmail.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm gonna just tether back and forth.
And to register for the conference, sessions is HTTPS the colon the 2// I choose me .ck.page. And the sessions are free.
Okay, and I'm gonna also repost the flyer if that's okay on our page too.
Oh yeah.
So you guys could have it as well. You definitely want to be in it.
We have 3 more sessions left. Is self-care next Tuesday, then it's purpose after trauma, and then the last session is a woman's worth. In this session, the guys have been saying, why is Pure Moves only for women? Because that's who I'm called to. But the guys are asking to be a part of the last one. So that one will be a joint one, which is going to be amazing.
Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. So Dawn, thank you. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for coming on our platform, for sharing a big part of yourself, for dropping a lot of knowledge, for being authentic, and just giving us the real. I appreciate you. I appreciate Pure Moves, and I hope that, all of your moves and are just blessed and with more prosperity and more people. And yeah, that's awesome. They're saying thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. And I want to thank you for creating this platform and being consistent. You have been consistent, and
Thank you.
we need this platform because it's really not a lot of platforms like this.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, guys, if you like what you've seen, definitely go over to Pure Moves. I believe she also has a Facebook group as well. You definitely want.
Website.
Say that one more time.
I forgot to give y'all a website.
Oh, okay. Yes, give us the website.
www.pure-moves.com.
You got that? www.pure-moves.com.
And this will be the site where the shirts are up.
Yeah.
Soon. Soon come, soon come.
So it's definitely been real. Guys, like I said, if you like what you've seen, definitely go over to Pure Moves, show them all the love. Dawn's Creation 2020@gmail.com or Dawn Creations 2020 Instagram. If you or www.pure-moves.com. Thank you, Jaya Williams. And also, if you like Society of Bosses, and if you like all of the entrepreneurs that we bring on here on 3 days out of a week, please share this with your friends, with your families. It's also, if you've seen this and you witness this, it is also your due diligence, in order to share this with other people in your life so that they can be their best selves as well. And they can know that there are people that support them, and they can know that there are also people who are real life case studies, who've been through what they've been through, who had pain, who have gone through trauma, and they still decide to keep it pushing no matter what. So once again, thank you again, Dawn. We truly appreciate you. We appreciate everyone that joins us every night. And we're out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.